Hello everybody and welcome to the first of this week's English lessons. So of course it's Monday, which means we need to start a new unit. And this week we're going to be thinking about mascots, okay? Mascots. So a mascot is an animal, a person or a thing that represents something, like a club or a team, okay? And it's often said to bring good luck, okay? So here are a couple of examples. If you like football, this is, I believe it's called Crazy, the Ipswich Town mascot. Okay, it's a little horse, and that represents Ipswich Town Football Club. And if you ever go and see football there, sometimes the mascot comes out and does a little dance and things like that. Okay, and that represents the team. More at my street, we've got Pikachu here. Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon. It's kind of the Pokemon that represents the brand. So yeah, it kind of, when you see a mascot, you know what it represents. Okay. And for teams, especially sports teams, people say that their mascots bring them good luck, okay? Now, in school, we actually have a few class mascots, okay, that represent our class. Here are a few of them. We've got over here, Jerry, the cat, okay, and Jigsaw Joe, the puzzle piece there. Both of those we use in our PSHE lessons, don't we? We've got Sophia, the owl. She's kind of our religion and worldviews mascot. She crops up when we do those lessons. In my class, we've got Evie. She's kind of become a class mascot. She's in the class. I don't know if she brings us good luck. Maybe she does. Okay, so we've got all of these mascots that we have in school. Now, what I want you to do is to come up with a mascot for home learning. Okay, so what is your mascot for at home? It can be a teddy bear, a cuddly toy that you have at home. So what I would like you to do is hit pause now and go and find a cuddly toy, ideally your favourite one that's really special to you, that can become your home learning mascot, because this week you're going to be writing all about it, okay? So find a cuddly toy or something else that will become your mascot for this week. Okay, so hopefully you found yourself a mascot. What we're going to do this week is write a character description where we describe our mascot. We describe what it looks like, what it's like, things it likes to do, and so on. Okay, and we're going to be writing descriptively. Okay, and to start with today, we're going to be describing the appearance of our mascots, okay? And by appearance, I mean what it looks like, all right? What does your mascot look like? And to help me show you what we need to do today, I have got this little picture of a dragon here, and this is going to be my mascot for this lesson and all the lessons this week, in fact, okay? So this is my mascot here for this lesson. All right, so here's my dragon. We're going to get into describing the appearance. At home, you're not going to be describing the dragon, you're going to be describing the appearance of the mascot you've chosen, okay? So, let's talk about how we can describe the appearance of something. First thing we can do is talk about the colours, okay? What colour or colours are your mascots? Okay, so looking at this dragon, quite straightforward. I can see it's kind of a mix of two colours really. It's got a blue body and then a green tummy, and it's got those kind of green bits on its wings, okay? So it's blue and green, all right? A blue body and a green tummy. But I can go into a bit more detail, okay? So I could add, she has, I've decided this dragon is a she. She has an emerald green tummy and her body is as blue as the sky on a summer's day. Can't see some of those words there, but there we go, okay? So she's got an emerald green tummy and her body is as blue as the sky on a summer's day, okay? So what I've done here is got into more detail about the colour. So you can do this by describing the shade of the colour. Is your mascot a light shade of blue, red, whatever it is, or is it dark? Is there a name for that particular shade? Okay, or what does that colour remind you of? Okay, so I said emerald because the tummy and the wings, they're that kind of emerald green colour. And I also said for blue, it's not just blue as a summer's day. Okay, so for example, if your mascot is yellow, you might say it's as yellow as the sun. Okay, so you can make these little comparisons as well. So your first step then is thinking about what colour is your mascot and how can you describe that in more detail. Okay, have a little think now. Okay, so hopefully you've thought then about the colour of your mascot, and building a bit more detail in, so what that colour reminds you of and so on. Okay, the second step then to describing appearance is to think about the different parts of our mascot and describe each of those parts, okay? So I'm talking about my mascot's body parts essentially here. So for example, I can see horns, I could describe those horns. What else could I describe on this dragon? Just have a little think now for a moment. Okay, well, I'm thinking she has horns, as I said. She's got wings that I could describe, and she's got her tail as well. And there are other body parts as well, but I thought there's a good start. She's got horns, wings, and a tail. So I can now describe each of those things. And for this, I'm going to be thinking about expanded noun phrases, okay? So hopefully you remember a bit. We've looked at expanded noun phrases a few times recently. This is where we put the adjective in before the noun, okay? So rather than saying she has horns that are sharp, you would say she has sharp horns, all right? The adjective goes before the noun, okay? So I have got these sentences again, and I've put in a space where I can add an adjective to describe each of those parts I just mentioned. So she has something horns, she has something wings, and she has a something tail. Can you think of any good adjectives I could put in to describe each of those parts of my dragon? Have a little think. Okay, so I've thought of some adjectives. For a start, I've got she has sharp horns. Yep, they do look pretty sharp. She has huge wings. They are quite big in proportion with the rest of her. And she has a long tail. Okay, so I've now got expanded noun phrases, and that builds up my description of the dragon's appearance. Now, I don't just have to stop at one adjective. I could say she has sharp, pointy horns. Okay, she has huge, clumsy wings. Thinking clumsy, maybe she knocks things over with them because they are quite big. And then I've got she has a long, winding tail. Okay, so I've made expanded noun phrases there with a couple of adjectives before the noun, and that really builds up the description of my mascot. Okay, so have a look at your mascot and think about what different parts of its body are there. You know, head, arms, legs, tentacles, whatever it is. What are the different parts of your mascot that you could describe? Okay, you might want to hit pause now and just have a little think. Okay, so with making these expanded noun phrases and all this description, we need lots of adjectives. And before I go and show you the kind of writing we'll be doing today, I just want to show you a thesaurus that I've given you a link to, and it's really great. It's online. Now, a thesaurus, when I was a kid, they were all just these huge books, okay? And we do have thesauruses in school. They're quite thick books. Like how a dictionary tells you what words mean, if you look up a word in a thesaurus, it will give you synonyms. Synonyms are words that mean a similar thing, okay? So they can be really useful for coming up with great adjectives to use in your writing, okay? So I'm just going to show you quickly how the thesaurus I've sent to you works, okay? And hopefully you'll find this really useful for your writing today, okay? So let's have a look at the thesaurus. Okay, so I'm on this thesaurus, and you'll see there's quite a lot going on this page, but this little search bar here with the go button, if you type in a word, it'll give you synonyms. Okay, so for example, maybe my mascot's quite big. Okay, if I put in the word big and then I hit go, just wait for it to load. Okay, so here we go. I've got the word big. Tells me how to pronounce it if I'm not sure.
Big.
Like that. And it gives you the definition, okay? So large in size, number, or weight. So, and then a sentence as an example, elephants are big animals, okay? Now, it then gives me synonyms, words that mean a similar thing. So I've got considerable, like a considerable size. Grand, great, large, sizable. Antonyms are words that mean the opposite, so little, small. And then it's got some similar words here as well. So ample, enormous, extensive, giant, gigantic, huge, immense, mammoth, massive, monstrous, spacious, tremendous, vast. Okay. Now, before using those words, it's worth then checking in on those definitions. Okay. Let me use vast as an example. Okay. So vast is very large in size or area. Okay. So they drove past vast fields of corn. So you might describe a field, for example, as vast, okay, when it's got a large area. But you probably wouldn't describe, well, you might describe an elephant as vast, but probably not, okay? So it's always worth checking on those definitions, all right? But all you need to do is think of a word and hit go, okay? So again, let me just show you another one. Happy, or actually, no, I'm not going to do a feelings word. Let's do a descriptive word. So, sharp. It's a word we've looked at today. Okay. So here it is, sharp. Just in case you weren't sure.
Sharp.
There it is. Okay, you've got the definition. Having a thin edge or a fine point. A sentence, I'll need a sharp knife to cut this pumpkin. Okay. Similar words, pointed, pointy. Okay. Antonyms, opposite is blunt or dull, okay? And then there are other meanings of the word as well that you can look through, okay? So, do feel free to make use of this thesaurus. Hopefully it'll be really helpful in coming up with some really good vocabulary. Okay, so your writing job today then, you just need to write a few simple sentences covering those two parts of your mascot's appearance, okay? The different colours and the different parts, okay? So they're just simple sentences. So I'm going to write my dragon is, well, the body was mostly blue, so I'm going to put as blue as the sky. But the sky on a nice day, right? Not on a miserable day. So as blue as the sky on a summer's day. Okay, so my dragon is as blue as the sky on a summer's day. I could then say that it's got emerald green body and wings, okay? And then secondly, I would move on. So that's the first bit done. I'd then move on to describing the different parts, okay? So she has sharp, comma, pointy. I'm trying to use two adjectives here. Sharp, pointy, horns, and I think it was huge, comma, clumsy wings. And so on. Okay, so you just need to write a few sentences describing the colour of your mascot. Remember, try and give it a bit more detail. What shade of that colour? What does that colour remind you of? And then talk about its different parts, okay? Its arms, its legs, tentacles, whatever it is that your mascot has. Have fun.